Okay, my bad. Hold on. I got this all wrong. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do a energy check-in, spiritual journey check-in. So there might be different points in your journey that you may resonate with. So granted, some of these energies may resonate and some may not. So I actually have 7 piles. I never do that many piles, but I was led to do like different spiritual journeys. So if you guys are watching during the live, there are 7 piles and I'll go through each and every one of them. If you're already watching this after the replay, then obviously you can just go straight to the timestamps. But yeah, so there's different paths here, obviously, that you could be on in your spiritual journey. So I'll go through each and every one of them, okay? So this is technically like a pick a pile type of situation. Yeah. So you might be drawn to more than one pile. Just make sure that you tap in where you are divinely guided to go. Okay. Some messages may resonate, some of it may not. Another pile may hold a bit more information or guidance that you may need or seek. Okay. So I pray that this message reaches only those who it's meant to reach at any space and timeline on their journey, and it guides them, directs them where they need to go and where they need to be. Okay. All right, so let's get into the piles, you guys. I'm going to show you the different piles on the screen for you to choose from, which may resonate with your spiritual journey. So let's start with pile number 1. So pile number 1 is the path of the healer. Greetings, sis. How are you? Pile number 1 is the path of the healer. Pile number 1. Let's get to pile number 2. Pile number 2 is going to be the light path, or the light worker and messenger path. Okay, pile number 2. All right, pile number 3, the path of the shadow walker or the shadow worker. Okay. All right, so this is for those that deal with, the mystics that deal with the spiritual deaths, trauma, okay? Learning that facing darkness does not make you dark, okay? You could be dealing with grief, loss, so on and so forth. Next pile 4. Pile 4 is for the path of the activists or the justice seekers out there. I hope y'all can't hear this music. It's very loud. Okay, pile number 5 is the path of the Awakener, aka the Ascension or soul memory. Okay, this could be your path right now. The path of the Awakener. Pile 6, the path of divine connections. Okay, whether that's, what do you want to call it, soulmates, twin flames, karmic, so on and so forth. All right, pile 7. Pile 7 is a multidimensional pile. So this could be a bundle of the other piles. So if you resonate with more than one message, most likely pile 7 will hold the answers or the guidance or the confirmations that you are seeking. Okay. So again, pile number 1. Pile 1 is the pile or the path of the healer. Path of the healer. Pile number 2 is the path of the light worker or messenger. Pile number 3, the path of the shadow walker. Pile number 4, the path of the activist or justice seeker. Pile number 5, the path of awakening or the path of the awakener for ascension and soul memory. Pile 6, the path of divine connections. And lastly, pile number 7 is that multi-dimensional path, which may resonate with the other piles for you. You may be on more than one journey or all. or resonate with you. Okay. So I think we're ready. You guys need a moment to meditate, reflect. We'll go ahead and get started. So yes, pick a pile based off of what's on the screen. Okay. I will leave timestamps. So whatever the could be a word, it could be what resonates with your spirit, where you're at within your journey, within yourself, whatever you're inquiring about. Okay. All right. So let's get started, you guys, with pile number 1. Okay. All right. Pile number 1. If you guys chose the path of the healer, this may be your message. So with the path of the healer, is going to be related to light work, love, healing, shadow work. Okay. Anything that has to do with your personal awakening and awareness, you as a lighthouse, you as a divine guide, this message may be for you. Make sure you guys like this video. Okay. Share it with someone you feel like it may resonate with. If it's something someone needs out there. So let's see, what is your energy check-in? What's your message as the light worker? Okay. This is for my energy workers, my herbalists. Thank you, sis, for the donation. I appreciate that, sis. Thank you. Anyone that's a root worker, maybe readers, anyone that's a nurturer, okay, that heals others. This is your message, okay? Some of you guys may be feeling a little bit of a burnout. You may be called to, you know, ground or stabilize your boundaries at this point, okay? As a healer, as a light worker, you learn throughout the journey that you're not here to save everyone, or you can't save people. You have to save themselves, and that includes ourselves. We have to save our own selves as well. So let's get into the message. Let's see what it is the spirit wants you to know. Pile 1. Bless you, Loki. Bless you, baby. Bless you. You okay? Bless you. Okay. I feel like you guys are happy with where you're headed, or your main focus right now is finding your joy right now, finding things like maybe celebrating yourself. You could feel proud of yourself where you are, where you're headed right now. It hasn't been easy for you. I feel like you guys are full of love. There could be somebody that, not trying to get into the love, because we gonna do the divine connection path in another pile. And Brandy's I Want to Be Down is playing. So you may have like a deeper bond with someone, or you're building a deeper bond with someone, or there's someone that recently has kind of give you a reason to smile again, something to look forward to in your day. But I feel like you guys are coming to the awareness that you are the only person that can be the initiate to make yourself happy. You know, you make yourself happy, and you're finding reasons to. Some of you guys are very self-assured and self-aware now, more than ever. I feel like you trust yourself more. Some of you guys may speak less, talk less, or don't share too many things. It's like you hold things that you know sacred, or you don't speak too much on things. Like you have it's like a protective energy. Some of you guys could have moved into a new home recently, maybe during April. Some of you guys could have moved into a new home. Um, there are new doors that are currently opening for you. Your home, you moving, or you relocating, or you anything to do with living or home. Hey sis, hey Tawanda, how are you, sis? Anything with moving represents like a new door. Some of you guys may move during a full moon. Your wishes are starting to come true. Some of you guys made a wish on a full moon during April. Yeah. If you made a wish during a full moon, like a few weeks ago, that wish is starting to come to fruition. And it's based off of divine timing. Like everything is happening the way that it's supposed to, or it's like, I feel for some of you, it could be, it's not happening yet because it's not time. So anywhere around the window of April 12th through the 15th, some of you guys made some wishes, set some intentions, cried, prayed for things to happen, something to shift, something to change in your life, and it is happening. Okay, you guys have a lot to be proud of. I feel like what Spirit is saying. Okay, so that's pile number one. Pile number two, let's get into your reading. So if that resonates with you, pile number one, go ahead and like this video. I would greatly appreciate that. All right, pile number two, the path of the Lightworker and Messenger. This pile may be for you, okay? This might be your pile. Just might, maybe. All right, so pile number two, your path as the Lightworker, as the messenger. This is for my teachers, my guides, maybe even content creators, those that are called to speak truths. Okay. You may be learning to balance out your visibility and responsibilities. Some of you guys may be wrestling with imposter syndrome, maybe even realizing that your voice is needed, your gifts, your talents are needed. So let's tap into your energy, pile number two, the path of the Lightworker and Messenger. What is your message? Now, Deborah Cox, how did you get here? It's like you may have tried to cloak and hide yourself. Yeah, the devil card flew out. Okay, yeah. But that cycle is over. I feel like whatever your imposter syndrome is, or your fear of being seen, being noticed because of bad connections, bad experiences, that's coming to an end. Some of you guys is like you're going to connect with people that are like you, or you have something that other people will gravitate to and resonate with whatever your light is, the light inside of you. You can't hide yourself too much longer. The Spirit's saying, like, when you get to that place where you're in your bliss and you just do it because you love it, you are who you are, you express yourself. It's like a childlike energy of creativity where you're free, you're not limiting yourself, you're not trying to fit in, you're just doing you. That is what's going to actually make you very magnetic. Okay. Some of you guys may be recently single, or you just freed yourself of some sort of toxic cycle in relationships or something like that. And I feel like your energy is that freedom looks good on you. It looks beautiful on you. For those of you that are very deeply melanated, you could be like a beautiful, I don't like using the word chocolate because it's so fetishy sounding. Sounds like a fetish type thing, but you could be deeply melanated. And I feel like you're learning to embrace the skin that you're in. And I feel like the more you do, the more compliments you're actually going to get. Some of you guys might be called to wear your hair more natural. Some of you guys have curly hair, really big hair, man or woman. I feel like you guys have really curly hair. Um, I feel like some of you guys will get a lot of compliments in the coming days. Like you'll start to notice the more free you are with yourself and the more people fuck with you, they gravitate towards you. This is what Spirit wants for you. Okay. There's some things like that's going to shock you about. I feel like there's so much about you that you don't see yet. And you might shock other people because there's elements of yourself that you hide. Once you start to share those, it's like people are going to be pleasantly surprised. They're not going to know how to take it. And for those that don't know you, once you tap into the magic of who you are, it's like things manifest for you in a way. Like even people might feel like a spark or attraction towards you, like a magnetic pull. And it doesn't have to be romantic or sexual attraction or physical attraction, but like your essence, who you are. You'll find that you have support. Some of you guys, this could be creating new friendships for some of you. There's so much that's still hidden for you. You guys work best under the moon or something. It's like something with your chart. You guys are not supposed to be hidden. You're not. Um, some of you guys are meant to have your own businesses or something like that. If you have Saturn in your first house, or maybe, I don't know if it's possible to have Capricorn in your first house. But I feel something with that. You're meant to be a boss. You're not meant to be hidden, and this is not a season for you to do that. Some of you guys are poets. Some of you guys are artists. Some of you guys are something with your voice, your vision. You guys are the person that has visions for everyone else. Like whether that's spiritual visions or that's like creative visions. In a way, it's kind of like 2 in 1, because spiritual visions are, and creative visions also are spiritual. They're prophetic. But I just feel like you guys are someone that can see for everyone. But if you tap into that energy, that creative ability within yourself, you'd be surprised. Your energy is very magnetizing. There's something about you that other people would gravitate towards quite quickly or easily. Like, yeah, I feel like people would just fuck with you if you actually stop hiding yourself and you embrace yourself, and the parts of yourself that you struggle to embrace. When you start to embrace those parts of yourself, the more people are actually going to fuck with you. Okay, so that's pile number 2. We're going to move on to pile number 3. If you guys like this video, I would greatly appreciate the love. Thank you guys so much. Pile number 2. All right, pile number 3. You guys were drawn to pile number 3. This is your reading. All right, so we got the pile of the shadow walker or the shadow worker, however you want to use it. So this is for my mystics that, may have somebody that deals with different types of trauma. You know how to transmute the energies. You may be learning right now how to face your darkness, okay? How to embrace your shadow and make it your power, your light. Some of you guys could be dealing with grief and loss at this time. Maybe even hidden cycles or patterns may be surfacing right now. It could be a little heavy. So let's tap in for pile number 3. My shadow walkers, my shadow workers. What's up with y'all? Path of the shadow workers and walkers. What's the message you have for them, Spirit? Y'all not taking no shit no more. You done with that. You're not taking nobody's shit. Some of you guys might still be kind of juggling between like how to balance out certain energies. Maybe when it comes to setting certain boundaries with people. You might have had to cut some people out of your life, or being okay with people leaving your life. Be like, okay, bye, bitch. Have a nice life, you might be actually finding peace in this. Like, the more like you allow things, like whoever wants to go, whoever you feel like needs to leave your life, and it is, the more peace, the more stability you have. You may even see like blessings start to take place. Energy starting to gravitate towards you. Spirit is saying like you need to protect your mind. You need to protect your crown chakra. A lot of you guys are strong-minded. I feel like some people know this and they try to attack you. They may try to get you to question and doubt yourself. Cover your crown with prayer, meditation, maybe wearing some sort of head wrap or a scarf sometimes if you feel needed. Like something's like, if you feel like you're having a lot of mental fog, or you're tired, or you feel like you feel confused, you feel discouraged, like check that at the door. Is this really my energy, or is this a seed that somebody planted? And do your due diligence to clear your crown, and pray over yourself every day. Shield yourself energetically. As you should all, like we should all be like keeping up with our spiritual hygiene. And it's very important that you cover your mind, you cover your ears, you cover your heart, everything, like to protect yourself. That shields. You are currently healing. It's like Spirit is saying, like, give me that. Like, there's certain things the Spirit's like, let me handle, let me take care of that. Let me help you release that. It's like, give me that so I can pour into you what you need. Like, when you give me what you don't need anymore, I can pour into what you need. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from spirit, your divine team, maybe particularly like angels. Archangel Uriel could resonate for some of you. Archangel Uriel usually does show up around a period of grief, so this could be very specific. It's a very powerful angel. Okay, or you can call and work on Archangel Uriel to kind of help you mend what you feel like you've lost, or to help you move through transitions of loss. Some of you guys are going through spiritual deaths, so it could be like your dark night of the soul period right now, or some of you guys are actually coming out of it. Yeah, this period is teaching you how to let go. Some of you guys are learning like how to move past like where you've been. This is a time where spirit is telling you to take some time out to rest and relax your energy. Don't overexert yourself. You are expanding this summer. I feel like if you're listening to this during the time that I'm recording it, which is summertime where I'm at, if you're in that energy or that season, whenever you listen to this, it is an energy of expansion. Um, there could be somebody that wants to confess or tell you something here. Um, it could be for the sake of closure. Okay. Yeah, this is a season of letting go, not allowing anything or anybody to hold you back. You're releasing attachments. Um, yeah, it's time to release and let go. It's like spirit's like, give me that so I can give you more, or I can make space for you or pour into what you need. You might have to make a choice. Some of you guys are not fully solidified with what you need to release or what you need to let go of. You could be like kind of seesawing between I should, but then I don't want to, or I don't know how, or can I, or should I just hold on a little longer? But spirit is telling you to surrender. Okay. So I can give you more. I can give you better, or a better solution, a better path, something bigger and greater and better than what you planned. Okay. All right. So pile number 3, that is your reading. So we're going to move on to pile number 4. Okay. So pile number 4, you guys chose the pile of the activists or the justice seeker. So this is for those that may be called to break generational chains. Okay. Fight any type of injustices, maybe dismantle any type of systems that you feel need to be dismantled. Um, your lesson right now really could be about holding anger as sacred fire without burning yourself out. So this is like holy rage, okay? Divine rage, okay? Um, some of you, if not many of you, are awakening to your role here. So this could be online, in real life. It's a part of your spiritual calling. Could even be in the spiritual work that you do in some kind of capacity. So let's tap into the path of the activist or justice seeker. Okay, make sure y'all like this video. Show some love, show some engagement. I know it's late where some of y'all are. Whenever you watch it, show some love. I greatly appreciate that. All right, so pile number 4. Path of the activist or justice seeker. You guys are one of a kind. I feel like what you speak about, how you go about it, it's uniquely your plight, your path, or many people's plight. I feel like you have a heart for shift and the change. It's like you know what it's like to feel stuck. You know what it's like to be oppressed in certain ways, or you believe in divine order, divine justice. I feel like you're somebody that does trigger a lot of people. Your energy, the type of heart that you have, awakens and shakes people up at the same time, like in a way where if someone is like in a realm of hate and they don't even know that they operate in hate, um, you reveal that and you open their heart and you kind of maybe make them feel uncomfortable because what they thought was normal or what they always believed to be right, they may question everything. And it's based off of the type of heart that you have. You actually are a loving person. So your justice, your activism is with the heart. It's not what people would say is like, oh, you're so angry. you're trying to be political. It doesn't come from that space. I don't even feel like people would see it this way. You may sometimes deny your path in a sense, or right now you may be called to a specific thing. It's like you don't feel like you're the voice to speak. You don't feel like you're equipped enough. You don't feel like you're knowledgeable enough to even speak. There is something that you may be very triggered by. It could be the unaliving or people losing their lives in some capacity, or you feel like you have to speak on things that could be harmful to people. And spirit is going to support you all the way. Spirit is going to make room and make space for you. And I feel like if you're someone that's privileged, or you're someone that works in like the corporate world, or you're someone that comes off as very clean cut, or you're someone that doesn't look like they're struggling or has never been anything, it's almost like you're the perfect person for, in a sense or instance, that the rooms and the spaces and maybe the access that you have, like you have access into rooms or spaces or connections that most people don't. And by you using your voice, it's kind of like Queen Esther in the Bible, how she came from misfortune and she came up as a queen in the kingdom, and she never forgot her people, and she spoke of the injustices and stopped the unaliving of her people, and the laws and all of that were wrong, that are about to be put in place, and it was ruled in her favor and her people's favor. So it's kind of like, no matter where you come from, if you're put in a better position, or if you have the voice to speak, or if you have the money or the resources or the connections, I see that you would be that person to use it. And some of you feel like that could be the shadow part of it. Like, no, I can't. Who am I? Because, nobody's going to listen to me. They're going to be looking at like, well, you got it better. Some of you guys could be fire signs. This fires you up. You have so many questions. You question the universe. You question a lot of things. You're a deep thinker. You want to dismantle false. It's like something that's false orders and bring it back into divine order. You want to show love. It's like you want people to love others, to be in the hearts. You want people to come together in a way. It's not like a kumbaya, but it's like a respecter of everyone. Let's respect each other, even if we may not agree with everything, we may not fully understand each other, but let's respect each other. And you're very powerful. I feel like you can shift some energy if you really put your heart into it for real, and you follow and you trust that path. You can do it. You can. All right, so that's pile number 4. If y'all like that pile, go ahead and like this video. I greatly appreciate that. So we're going to move on to pile number 5 now. Okay. And then what's her name? In Vogue's Free Your Mind is on. So that could be a message too. Yeah, I feel like that could be a real message for somebody. So pile number 5, you guys chose the pile of the Awakener, or the Ascension and the Awakening soul memory energy. So this is the pile or group of people, the collective of y'all. Y'all may be having visions, lucidly dreaming, you're remembering past lives, or you're just seeking these things right now. Like, what is my purpose? Where's my past lives? You could feel like you're not from this world, or you could feel like you're from somewhere else sometimes. You guys may even feel like you don't belong. Okay. So right now, your lesson could be like grounding some of these cosmic downloads into your everyday human 3D life as well, like trying to find a balance, a happy medium between those realms. So some of you guys could be having like a surge of like different dreams, could be astrally traveling, and then also maybe you feel a little bit exhausted too, because there's a lot coming in, there's a lot downloaded, especially if this is like ancient memories, or you're connecting with ancient things, or you're deeply seeking like the meaning and purpose of life right now. You may be having memory calls, remembering things from your childhood that you almost forgot, replaying certain memories and things like that, seeing future things happening. So this could definitely be for you. Pile number 5, let's tap in. Pile number 5, the path of the Awakener. Yeah, pile number 4. Yeah, that was a clear channel right there. Okay, let's see. Pile number 5. Okay. You guys are maybe mediums as well. You can connect with the spirit world quite easily. People that have transitioned, passed on, or you can sense their energies. People could pay you for things that they don't understand or that they can't always decode. You're like a beacon of light, or your energy is very synchronistic. You come through with, like, some people around you may feel like you reach out at the right time when they need it, or you communicate from a place that's very clear, very precise, in a way that they feel like it's divinely aligned in times. Um, I feel like you guys get attacked a lot for this as well, because you are someone, you guys might resonate with the Lightworker path. I believe that was pile number 1. Um, your energy, maybe even the shadow walker, your energy triggers people in a way. It sheds light on the things that maybe people need to actually let go of, or release something within themselves, like end something, shift something. Your energy brings restoration and balance or justice. It's like you're somebody that people respect because you don't favor people based off of just like how people favor people as long as they are who they want them to be and as long as they kiss their ass. You don't operate like that. You respect what is, um if somebody was in the wrong, they're in the wrong. If somebody's in the right, you honor it, even if it may not be somebody you really like. You're somebody that is not emotionally attached to people's actions in a way. Not that you don't feel things, but it's like you know how to cut the thick of things that most people will be biased about. Oh, this person brought me lunch, so I'm going to favor them over somebody that's genuinely kind or genuinely, you know what I mean? Like, you're not that type of person that operates this way. Um, that's what makes you a credible individual. People feel like you're very reliable, you're very trustworthy. You know your worth, you know your value. You could be awakening to this truth as well. Um, some of you guys may have distanced yourself from some people that don't play fair, or people that are inauthentic, or people that you just don't agree with certain things. And I feel like you're on the journey of like, I'm doing my own thing. Might be like a lone wolf journey right now where you need space. You feel like overwhelmed by connecting with multiple energies and multiple people right now. So you are in the process of a major cycle or shift in your chapter of your life at this moment. And it could be like a very significant choice that you've made, and you feel lighter for it. There's another pile that feels like this. I believe it was pile 1. You feel much lighter, you feel more accomplished maybe, or you feel like you're headed on the right track. Um, you may have left a lot of things in the past. It could have been something very painful that you figured out, or you figured out somebody was not who they said that they were, or it was like they're lying to people, they're lying to themselves, and you see past it. And it's like, if something does not speak to the truth of who you are or what you believe to be right, you'll move on. Expect shifts and changes to happen pretty soon. If you're watching this during the time that I'm recording this, at least during maybe October to November, expect a lot of shifts to happen. You might still be dealing with the shock of like maybe finding out the truth about some people or something like that. Again, it's like, you don't do fake. You don't deal with people that don't, like, if they can't be honest with anyone else, like, you don't respect people that can't be honest with themselves. Okay, so there's something with this. You may be thinking back on times where maybe you let shit slide with certain people. And it's not for you to shame yourself or be disappointed, but it's more so for you to cherish your value and your worth more. Okay, so that's pile number 5. Okay, so if you like this video number 5, pile number 5, make sure you guys like this video. Okay, share it if it resonates genuinely. All right, so we're going to move on to the path of divine connections. So if you guys are drawn to pile number 6, this may be for you. Okay, so pile number 6 is the pile of divine connection. So you guys could be, you identify with certain things such as soulmates, twin flames, whatever you want to call, these connections, divine unions, karmic energies. So the lesson for you guys, this group of you, is understanding that love is a mirror. Okay. These connections, these people that you've encountered, they are mirrors. They're your catalysts. Okay, it's not just about romance, or some of this could even be friendship or family, but these connections are your mirror. They're your catalyst first and foremost. It's always the journey of self first. Okay, so many of you may be moving on from this space of obsession, around these connections. Is this my person, or this is my person? Are they coming back? That, those type of energies, and you're more so focusing on aligning with healthy energy, healthy unions, even if it be letting go of the idea that it has to be a specific person. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be them. It has to be him or her. It must be this way. It's like there's a release around this, okay? Not holding on to specifics. So let's tap in and see where you guys are with the path of divine energy, divine connections, divine unions. Pile number 6, the path of divine connections. The path of divine connections. Okay, those who are on this journey, thank you. What's the energy around this, Spirit? What's the energy? Okay. It's a lot of cards that want to come out. Yeah, some of you guys could feel disappointed. Some of you guys may be actually single and don't have anyone in mind, or even if it was someone that you were interested in, maybe you still weren't in a relationship, but it was like you felt something. I feel like you guys are getting a lot of synchronicities. And sometimes it's kind of painful. Like, you may get a lot of messages or downloads, or you see a lot of signs or synchronicities, and a part of you just might want to ignore them, or it's like it's too painful to acknowledge. Like, you might try to push them away. I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to move on past the disappointment that you may be feeling right now when it comes to love, relationships, or a particular connection. Some of you guys feel like you need to take a break from love or relationships. It's like it's been quite draining on your energy. Okay, it's like you guys may be laying something to rest, taking a chill time. Like, yeah, you still want love for some of you, or majority of you could actually be manifesting something to live for. If you are a feminine energy, you're going through a massive transformation. I feel like butterflies, lotus flowers may resonate with you. You may feel the urge to like do more enjoying things for yourself. Like, for once, it's about internalizing the energy. I noticed that some of these characters, if not most of these characters in these cards, have their eyes closed. So it's like you're not looking outside of yourself right now. You're more so focusing on what feels right to you, what feels aligned for you, and you're wanting to manifest that. Some of you guys, though, you do feel a bit regret and sadness when it comes to relationships. Some of you guys may have felt like you found your soulmate. They could have felt like there was a past life connection for some of you, but this person or this individual could have been a little toxic, or you realize that this person was playing games with you, mind games, had an emotional hold on you that was not healthy. And it's like you're trying to free yourself of that. You may feel like you guys are just too different. The things that you love that were different about this person could have turned out to be the things that you feel like hurt you in the end, or is hurting you. There is some level of toxic behavior. This is the year, if you're watching this during 2025, this is a year where you're releasing any toxic energies, anything that causes imbalance, whether it's obsessive energy or people manipulating, trying to control you, play mind games with you, maybe being in denial. This energy is being dismantled. You're not playing those games with yourself anymore. Yeah, it's like what you thought you lost is going to be restored with what's actually divinely aligned for you. Some of you guys may still be addicted to looking at somebody's social medias. You're still lurking, still watching, secretly obsessed with someone, because it kind of feels like this person is an addiction to you. You crave it, or you crave that excitement of the highs and the lows. You still may be thinking, oh, well, okay, well, what if, maybe something could be different. But you guys are learning that this person never really actually showed up for you. This person could ignore your messages. They don't respond. They don't get back to you. This person plays a lot of games. You know that this person wasn't really putting in a lot of effort. So I feel like what this is going to do for some of you guys, if it's not like this person is not responding or reaching back out to you, because some of you guys could be in non-communication, it's like you can read between the things that this person's not saying or how they're emotionally avoidant. And you're going to come back to alignment with yourself. you know the more you put your energy, again, remembering that connections are just catalysts first and foremost, or not just, but they are, first and foremost, they're mirrors and catalysts for you, for yourself, to see yourself. Every connection we have in this life, romantic or not, platonic, friendship, family, they are a reflection of self, whether it's a reflection of the beauty we should see in ourselves, or the parts of ourselves that maybe calling for more love, more honoring, more healthy boundaries, more standards, whatever the case may be, or things that we need to, a part of ourselves that we need to take ownership or accountability. That's what Spirit wants you to take from this season. Okay, so a lot of you guys are in the period of lessons with your connections, and some of these connections are ones that you've concluded are not for you in the end. They have not been good to you, healthy to you. You could see like where you may have felt stuck in these loops. Okay, so that's pile number 6. Okay, with divine connection. So if that resonates with you, okay, like this video, maybe share it with someone you feel like it may resonate with. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to move on to our multidimensional pile. For those of you that may resonate with more than one journey that we spoke about today, or tonight, I should say, this may be for you. So you could be on one of these journeys all at once. Okay, so where you're at right now, your lesson is all about integration, pacing yourself, learning self-trust. Okay, maybe reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with divine spirit. So many of you may realize that you don't fit into one box. Multi-dimensional beings as we are, most likely we're not going to fit into one box. That's just natural, right? So you guys can both be the healers, the light workers, and the shadow workers. You can be in divine connection, and learning these lessons around these different energies and connections simultaneously. So let's get into your energy. You resonate with pile number 7. Let's tap in. Okay, pile number 7. There could be somebody that wants to apologize to you. Some of you may feel have like you've been taken for granted by people that you care about, or maybe a particular person or a few people. And it could be really paying attention to who's not versus who is giving, who does show up for you, who does cherish you, or seeing all the ways that you are valued. Someone I feel like could have been quick to cut you off or quick to say something very hurtful. Now they're in regret of this. And I feel like a lot of you guys have surpassed these people or this person, this energy. You're not in the same playing field of energy that you were in the past. You've definitely progressed. You know your worth, you know your value. And I feel like you may be manifesting a shift or manifesting change. Someone feels your energy slipping or gripping away. And it's like you've learned to let go of who or what you needed to let go of. Pile number one, the Lightworker pile may resonate. I think it was pile number one. It's like you've had to just let people leave your life. They had to go, um, or the healer. I think that pile one was the healer. So yeah, it makes sense that, the energy that drains you, you're letting it go. And because it's not able to feed off of your light or your energy anymore, now it's looking like to come back around again. And I see you guys being more, the more you value yourself, or the more that you seek to be valued by the right people and let go of the people that could not value you or did not or chose not to, the more blessings you start to see in your life. And I feel like there's no going back. You are like, I can't go back to the bullshit. I just simply can't. And I feel like this is going to make some people mad that are used to you kind of bending, used to being able to have that type of power over you to get you in your feelings, that made you feel left out. You're learning that your gentleness may feel like a weakness sometimes, or maybe the wrong people took your kindness for weakness. But I feel like through this big heart of yours, you're able to overcome the opposite, like the obstacles, the oppositions that maybe you faced previously. And that's a part of your elevation. You're going to start to see your wishes coming true. You're going to have to make a choice, maybe, because there is some level of temptation here where it's like, do I want what's healthy for me, or do I just want what's familiar, what feels good, what tastes good in the moment? When in actuality, Spirit is saying like there's a new door that's opening for you. And some of you guys, it is new love. Um, versus like reconciling with the past. Okay. I feel like you guys are gonna choose the new. Yeah, because that's where you feel guided. You feel like Spirit is guiding you towards newness in your life, whether it's a new connection, whether it's just simply and or um something that you deserve, right? It's like I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of bullshit. I've been treated badly. The things that I wanted to work out, the people that I wanted to keep in my life, the things that I thought was the best that I could do. You're now opening yourself up to the best that is for you because it aligns with you. You know that you're deserving of it, especially if you've been someone that is given to people in kindness of your heart. Yeah, so where you used to be kind of obsessed or attached to certain things or needing energies to go a certain way, you're no longer stuck in that. And I feel like there's somebody, and this doesn't have to be romantic, this could be for family, friends, people that you needed to distance yourself from. If you think back at those times, it was connection, like a connection that may have been dark and heavy, doesn't really serve you. So you may have had to create a healthy distance, or so there is no contact with some of these people. You freed yourself, you're detached, you feel more clear, you feel more lighter, or this is the result of you making this decision or this choice. And there's people that are still like trying to keep up with you. They trying to figure out because they don't have access to you anymore. Okay, these are people that are not able to find peace or find rest, or they literally don't sleep. um there could be people that want to send you messages, but they don't send it. They're holding back. It might be messages that they type and then they just erase it, or it's left in the draft somewhere, or they keep coming back. Okay, should I say this? Should I say that? But you're in this energy of glow up. You transformed. You've chosen yourself, or you're going to choose yourself. you know your energy, there's a glow, people see it, whereas you might have been like just dull, tired, drained. Like people that really loved you can tell like something was off with you. They could tell that you were depressed, you weren't yourself. You cared so much about what these other people thought about you, and oh, I gotta bend to this. You were always stressed. Now it's like your energy's glowing because you're free, because you finally poured all that light back into yourself rather than pouring it back into everyone else, especially and specifically those that did not deserve it. You know, these are people that did not show up for you. If you're dreaming of these people, it's because they're thinking about you. It's because these people's energy is heavily fixated on you, or they're trying to find a means to connect with you because they cannot connect with you in the physical. Okay. But the glow, the inner glow, is going to come from the place because you've taken time for yourself, finally given to yourself, whereas you are pouring light into others that just ate it up and did not use that energy to change or shift their lives for the better. Because that's what happens when you connect with the right people. Your light expands their light, or it awakens something in them, versus like people that are just there to take and benefit off of your light, into where you're sunken, you're dull, your light is dimmed or shadow casted upon it, or they've stolen your light. You have to be very mindful of this energy. You notice that, and you know that you're in a better position when you feel lighter, when you leave the things in the past that stripped you of your light, that made you feel powerless, that made you feel depressed, that made you feel worthless. That's how you know you're on the right track, when you feel yourself again, where your energy feels lighter, you feel more peaceful, you feel more clear, you know, you feel more positive about life, you have a focus, you know. And it's sometimes it's hard to see that, because of, if it's people that you love and care about, or people that you want things to work with, it's hard to see how the shadow is casted, and you're like, well, if I can just love them a little bit more, if I could just be a good girl, good guy, you know, they'll be kinder to me, they'll choose me, they'll want me, or they'll value my time, my energy, they'll value my presence. And you're slowly chipping away at yourself, because you know that with the wrong people, there's nothing that you can do to convince them. There's nothing that you can do that will make them change their mind, or to do better or be better. And that's how you got to see, like, okay, these are not the people for me. This person is not for me. Um, you feel like you should have moved on already. Like some of you guys, or you feel like you've wasted a lot of time, and spirit doesn't want you to sit in that shoulda, coulda, woulda. And you just, some of you guys feel like, why did I subjugate myself to this? You know, these people trigger your nervous system in a way. Some of you guys are learning that these people did not truly cherish you. For some of you, if it's love or a relationship, that wasn't real love. You're going to see the truth of that. Some of you guys literally do need to write a letter to yourself, and maybe start the letter off by saying, I choose you. I choose me. I choose whatever insert your name is. You need to tell yourself this, that you choose yourself, and really truly mean it. Because I always tell people this, and you have to think of it from this perspective. You cannot love another human being more than you love yourself. With the exception of children, you know, because they're innocent, right? They're an extension of you. You brought them here, right? But even at a certain age, when they get older, you have to take that blame off of yourself, of who they are, who they become, um, because they have chosen their own free will. They're grown. You cannot be in a relationship with someone and love them more than you love yourself, because the moment you love another person, another grown ass person, more than you love yourself, you're always going to get got by that person. They're always going to have a one up and power over you, because you're telling them, I value you more than I value myself. And that is not a healthy love. You cannot love people from a place of emptiness within yourself. To genuinely be able to love is to love yourself, because you'll align yourself with healthy love, because you have a healthy love for self. If you don't love yourself, you're going to be whoever can get it, whoever I just want somebody, I just do whatever. I don't care, as long as I have somebody in my life, as long as I have people in my life, even if these people are not cherishing me, respecting me, honoring me. Do not treat me with the same level of kindness or respect. But they can't respect you if you don't respect yourself. As harsh as that sounds, it is true. You got to sit in that for real. The common sense behind that. How can I expect somebody to respect me and love me if I don't love and respect myself? Especially in a romantic relationship. It's like a job that you slave at because you feel like you need the money. I'm just going to just do what I got to do. But with free will, with other human beings, We have to accept that some people are not going to show up and love us as much as we want them to. So why waste time on a person that is actively chosen not to choose you? Instead, why not open your heart to people that choose you and you choose them? That is what a real connection is. When you choose the person in love and they choose you and they choose love. That's a connection. It's attachment when we choose something that is not choosing us, or someone's choosing us and we're not choosing it, and we settle into it. Or because in our heart, we will never fully be committed to that. We will never honor or respect something that we don't cherish. So you have to and you must cherish yourself first. You must do that, because everything that is an extension of how you see yourself. If you can't see good for yourself, you're not going to allow yourself to be in the proximity or the vibration to receive that. You're going to repel it. You're going to think that you're not worthy of it. So to be in a beautiful connection with anyone, not just romantic connections, whether that be with family, people that you create as your home, your family, they don't have to be blood related, friendships. There must be a vulnerability and purity of the heart and a choice that you make that says, I show up for this. But if you're the only one that's showing up for it, it is not going to be equal, and it's going to be miserable for both parties. And that's not fair on you. You deserve to be in a place of peace, understanding, certainty. Like, even if we have disagreements, even if we don't get along, we're able to work through it. I don't feel scared to tell this person that made me feel some type of way, that hurt my feelings. Or they can feel safe with you to share that as well. And it's two grown consenting people and adults that say, we're going to show up and do better because we're family, or because we're friends, or because we're lovers. You're my husband, you're my wife, you're my best friend, you're my brother, you're my mother, my sister, whatever. We're going to show up for each other. But if you can't do that, don't waste your energy, because the result of that is you losing parts of yourself. And that's why I tell people, you have to love yourself first before you can truly love somebody else. So some of you guys might, that fantasy might come to rest when you realize, okay, these people really don't cherish me. And that hurts. That fucking hurts. That doesn't feel good. It doesn't. Like, let's be honest. No, it doesn't. But the freedom that comes behind the release and letting go of what doesn't honor you, where you say, no, fuck that. I choose myself. I love myself too much to be dealing with some shit like this or letting somebody do me like this. I refuse. I'm not doing it anymore. And that may be the journey or the lesson that you're in, and how we can equate or resonate with each and every path, because this is the multidimensional path, where this is the love and the healing that this is the deep healing that you are coming to, where you're not draining your energy anymore, right? If it's a divine connection, you're learning that every connection is an extension or mirror or catalyst to me, right? How can I be of light? My visibility and my responsibility comes by saying, like, yes, I've endured this. Yes, this has hurt me. Yes, I've felt moments of not being valued, not being seen, people tearing me down. But my light, I'm a teacher, I'm a guide. I might deal with the imposter syndrome. I might go back and forth with myself and wrestle. And it may be due to my past, but I choose myself, and I choose to honor my light. Learning to face my darkness, learning to face my grief and my loss through this, because yeah, it could be heavy. Grieving is never easy, but it's a process of life, and it surfaces. Yes, it resurfaces, but you're challenging yourself to embrace your light, because you know that spiritual death, just as physical death, is inevitable, right? It's a part of the cycle. It's a part of the journey. And that is where you find your power, where maybe other people are inspired by that as well. As an activist or a justice seeker, this energy of you activating that truth and saying, not everybody is going to understand my plight or respect it. And it may be the very thing that you've endured where people did not value or respect you, where you take that as fuel to bring balance, not to prove to anybody else, but say, I'm just going to show up. This is how I see it. And I come from a place of heart. I come from a place of truth and love within myself. And it could trigger people to open their heart and see and take accountability, or it could trigger people to turn away. But you're meant to still walk in that light nonetheless. You know, you're remembering your worth, your value, who you are. You may start to feel more regal, may feel more aligned and purposeful, feel more cherished by Source God. Like, I'm not here by mistake. Sometimes, yeah, I may not feel like I belong or I fit in, or the spaces that I've been, but that is not my truth. There is somewhere where I belong. God placed me here, my higher self, whatever you believe in. I'm here at this moment, in this time, in this space, in this lifetime, in this very season, this very moment. So there is a place for me here, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. And how can I ground that spiritual truth in my everyday life? That's the multidimensional path of those of you that maybe are meant to resonate with this. So that's the reading, y'all. If you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, I got you. Any topic, anything that you want to explore, go into. If you have any questions about my services, don't be shy. I also do coaching sessions as well. Your wellness is your spiritual hygiene, just like you would pay for some new makeup, get your nails and your hair did, your hair cut, your car wash, and your nails done too, looking like it's all on your mind suit. You need to turn some heads, because you turn your heads and let you go. Wherever, however it goes, y'all know. Jumping, Destiny's Child, jumping. Anyway, just like you would invest in that sense, why not invest in your spiritual wellness, right? You could spend $60 on some toner, on some serum for your face, whatever. It should be nothing to invest in your spiritual wellness, because the inward self needs just as much grooming and love and pouring into as your outer self, right? Too many people out here walking around with the good appearances and keeping up, but their insides ain't right. Their mind and their body, their spirit and inside is not right. So however you choose to invest in yourself, investing in yourself can be taking time out for you to sit with yourself, to be honest with yourself, cry, journal, pray, release, get that shit out, tell somebody how you really feel, seek out some sort of support, guidance, like whatever that spiritual ground is for you. You got to pour into your inner world. You can't keep walking in denial or running from it. And it's not always going to be pretty. It's not going to be this cookie cutter um version of TikTok version of spiritual awakening and something trendy. It's deep. And as human and spiritual people, that commonality of like, I am powerful, I'm equipped for this, but I'm also still human too at the same time, where I go through human life experiences. Give yourself some more grace and compassion as you work through it. Like, it's not easy. Trust me, there's times where we feel like I'm not here. And I had this conversation with one of my sisters today where we were just talking about this. Like, we're so worried about looking like we got it together, um, to the point where we don't want to be honest and be real. And sometimes that truth is not only freeing for ourselves, but could be freeing for someone else, because yeah, we might have certain things down pat, like, I'm good at this, or I'm a really good communicator in this sense, but then there could be other parts of yourself where you struggle or you feel like you're not quite there. But we must be honest and real with ourselves at all times. We got to be honest, you know, because that's freeing to the soul, to the spirit, because we're worried about being judged. We're worried about, you know, um, I know, like, for me, like, some things I feel like should be kept sacred between yourself or people that that you can lay that down with, like share that sacred space with, versus just like giving it all out online. There's a way to do these things, and yeah, there might be some people, and me and my sister had this conversation, and she was very honest and transparent. Like, yeah, some people might Celebrate the fact that you are struggling with certain things, or your life is not together as they might think it to be. Like they feel like that's a win. But if somebody, like she put it, if somebody can celebrate and gloat and be like, haha, bitch, then that shows the level of where they're at on their journey. That shows their level of maturity as a person and as a spiritual person, where they're at within themselves. If somebody celebrates the fact that somebody is growing through things as a human, we're not all perfect. Let's keep it real. Like, none of us are perfect. Our lives are never put together. And it's so easy to assume, it's so easy to project that, oh, yeah, this person, you know, they got this going on. You don't know that, you know? And a lot of us don't speak about the things that we wrestle with day to day. We don't speak about the things that we're still healing through, our fears, you know, our greatest fears, our greatest insecurities, things that aren't pretty, you know, because like they said, don't get caught up in what people post online, because they're only showing you the highlights of what they want you to see, right? And as some of us should, we should protect and gatekeep, you know, our personal lives. But make no mistake, we're all human. We're all growing through something. I don't care what it looks like. You be surprised what people be growing through when you be like, oh, this person just has it all together. They have the house, they have the car, they got this, and that, and their numbers are big. And you don't know what a person is going through. Never covet what someone else has, because you don't know what they're growing through, or what they had to, or what they will endure. Because it might not be something that you're willing to, or even respect, right? So respect your humanity and other people's humanity, because none of us are perfect, you know? And sometimes not being perfect is perfectly fine. Sometimes, you know, it's okay. And as a spiritual person, you understand that life has its seasons, it has its shifts, it has its turns, it has its unexpectancies or expectance, whatever moments. um every day can be accounted for as a lesson, you know, something that we can learn from, grow from, inspire to do better, to encourage us, right? If you're just looking at your journey as everything is meant to be cupcakes and sunshine, and like it's just going to be smooth, and that's not what life is about. Any person will tell you that's lived this life probably longer than you and I will tell you that life doesn't necessarily get easier. You just learn how to find the joy in it. You learn how to find purpose in it. You know how to find wisdom in your experience. You know how to love better, be a better person, and strive towards that, but also show some grace and compassion to live your life, you know. Um, Shout out to my sis Mika. We did the Ghetto Fairy Friday Mystic of the Week, and she said something about your dreams. Like, don't go to the grave with your dreams, your talents, your gifts. I'm paraphrasing, but don't go to the grave with all that light. Do it right now, and do it because you love it, not because you're seeking validation or thinking, oh, I can't do that. That's stupid. That's dumb. Do it because you genuinely love it, because it's a spark. It's a genuine light inside of you. Never be too shy to walk in your light, you know. Never be too shy to let the universe or the divine know what it is that you want and what you need, because a lot of the things that we have inside of us that we can foresee for ourselves, or we just desire to birth out an experience, and we go, oh, I can't have that because that doesn't exist, nobody's living that, I don't see this anywhere, so I can't walk in that, that's impossible, that's not real, I've never experienced a love like that before, I've never seen it, I don't know anyone that has. Or um I can't share this one thing about myself because that would make me look weird, there's no one else doing it. But whole time, what's for you is waiting on you, because you're the only person meant to birth it. That's why you don't see nobody else living it, walking it, talking it, or experiencing it, because it's your unique journey. Trying to follow somebody else's template, or what you think love should be, or whatever, or how your purpose or your path should look like, what type of person you should show up as, is keeping you from being in alignment with what you're meant to birth out, who you're called to be. So Yeah, I hope that resonates. I hope that that makes sense to those who it's meant to resonate with. I don't want to keep y'all too long now, but it's been my pleasure. I'm gonna put the timestamps up in case you guys missed it. Don't forget to like this video. If it genuinely blessed you, show some gratitude, y'all. It's not just about the numbers, it's not just about like some social media thing, but when you show any type of gratitude or any type of paying the energy forward, energetically, you bless not only the person that you're showing the love to, but you bless yourself. That's how it works. I try to be more diligent when I genuinely scroll and I see something that resonates with me or something that I needed at the time, even if it's something silly, something that made me laugh, something that genuinely helped me or I liked it, whether it's somebody crafting something that was really dope or whatever, to show gratitude for that by liking it or sometimes even commenting if I feel like it, you know, instead of just scrolling, because sometimes people scroll even if they did like something. But I do my diligence now to show that gratitude not only to the person that trusted themselves enough, that honored what they felt or just enjoyed what they did enough to share it with the masses, but also to say thank you to spirit for showing that to me. So it's more than just tapping on, oh, like a social media script, oh, like and share. But genuinely, yes, if it really resonates with you, pay that energy for it. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, especially if it really did hit something, that would mean a lot. So yeah, much love as always, you guys. Be blessed, be safe, take care of yourselves. I'll catch you guys in the next one, whatever we doing next. And y'all have a great rest of your night, your day, your evening, wherever you guys are in the world. And as always, much love. Peace.